Alright, this should be going, and hey, I made a thumbnail for this. Actually, this is probably the one that may change it a little bit, just shifting the thing down. Yeah, I just grabbed the Audiosurf 2 logo from its website. Because since I started making these things, I want to keep making them, but that is where I got that from. Because, yeah, in Audiosurf, again, because Wolfenstein the New Blood gave me 9 videos, and I want to fill out that week with a Thursday, so it's been 2 years. The last one of these I did was in July 2017. It is now March 2019. Things have just been working out in my favor in that regard. So I'm back, and as has been the case, as I have been doing, all of these, I don't know why some have the extra ID3 information, the metadata, but all of them are from the YouTube audio libraries and are ones that I don't need to give attribution, which I like just because I don't want to have to remember to put everything into the description. But you can see their names, and if you like them, if you're interested in them, then go and find them on the YouTube library. I'm just going to go straight through the list. So start here. Apparently a lot of people played. Wait, what? They are very different if you look at the tracks there. Curious. Anyway, let's get going. I'm also trying something new, because OBS added the ability to do the multi-track audio with the FFmpeg output. So I'm still using X264 for the video, but I'm using FLAC for the audio on one of the recordings. The other two I'm doing are the normal, so I can always pull the audio from them if I need to, if it proves to have an issue. And I am seeing a little bit of an issue. It shouldn't be too horrible in this game. And I think I know exactly what the issue is. The frame rate is kind of low. I can actually change it after this one too. I'm trying to do the NDI recording. And I guess that this is just not quite up to. The NDI is a plugin that is basically making a copy of one of the sources so that I can get around the only one game hook per game in OBS. It doesn't really seem to like it. And I also am doing it twice, because the gaze tracker overlay requires the game hook as well. Didn't have this issue with Closure when I tried that, but Closure might just be that much easier to run. That's less sensitive. Yeah, I'll just stop the NDI recording after this. Yeah, it's going at like 45 frames per second, and I can see that. Some games you don't notice it, but I can tell the micro stutter here from it. Actually, I think it's technically judder. The judder is when, I think that I have this right. Judder is when you have the source cycling rate, refresh rate is not aligned with the output. So when it's just like if you were playing a game at 45 frames per second, but your monitor is 60, that experience would be judder, whereas stutter would be when you have more of an anomalously long frame time, which is also happening a little bit here because it's not a perfectly stable and solid 40 to 45. Regardless, the game can be played at sub 60, but this is not one I would want really to be at sub 60 that much. Yeah, some games can be sub 60, not all. General rule of thumb I have noticed, third-person games are generally fine to be sub 60. But first-person games, very often, you want it to be above.
potentially worth knowing. Because I'm just trying to think, what all can I talk about? One thing is that, how I said, I'm actually recording the audio, at least for one of the files, with a FLAC instead of AAC. I'm still gonna have to convert it to AAC for YouTube. I don't think that is just FLAC. It might. I'd have to check. But I don't think it does. But it's still... sorry. It's probably still going to be better to go from FLAC to Audacity to FLAC to AAC than to go AAC to Audacity to FLAC to AAC. There. So that one next. But first... here, and... actually, no, I'm going to quickly look at something. Down here. Huh, that is interesting. Maybe that... oh, that should definitely... oh, why is it upset? Is it upset? Yes, it is. Ah, okay. I just crashed. One of the OBS. It's the one I was going to be stopping anyway. And then I just tried to open up Task Manager while in Manager. I don't know which... ah, okay. There. So that recording has stopped. I didn't have the allow hardware acceleration for one of the things. I'm not going to bother with trying to get it going again. Alright. Oh, and by the way, these
4 without the label, like, Silent Partner, Wagner, Silent Partner. I got those more recently. So, like, these I've had for a while. And there's actually, like, this will be the next set. And it's like, those I've had for a while. These I'll be adding. That's right. It's a little weird. I'm going to drink water while this loads. Much better. Stay hydrated, folks. Come on. There we go. And I've not listened all the way through to any of these tracks, by the way. I just listened to like a little bit at the beginning, because that's where it starts, and then would skip around to see does it maintain a certain tone that I think will work well in here. The last one I was hoping would be more flavorful than it was, but that was just a very consistent sound to it. This so far sounding a little bit more interesting. The track also looks a little more interesting as well. And do I have one of them? I think I got 2 that actually do have vocals in them too, which I didn't realize any in the audio library have a head vocal. I think it was also something new ones. So actual songs as opposed to pieces. Yeah. And those songs used to describe all audio tracks, all pieces of music. They're really only songs if there is actually vocal work to them. So this didn't have any vocals to it. It would not be a song. It would be a piece. I remember that from years and years ago. Okay. It devours. This one could be interesting. I'm not even paying attention to if it's automatically incrementing for me. Yeah, this one sounded like it would have potential to, and it looks like it. It's also kind of short, but that's fine. I'm now thinking Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. No, it was just Blood. Then there's later Trials of the Blood Dragon. And Blood Dragon was... That was fun. Just... It's nice when you just are allowed to be silly with your passion. And by that I mean the game developers. I mean, I'm sure they're passionate about making games, and just when you're free to just do some silly stuff with it, I think that's a good thing, because then, hey, it's just about me having fun. And if you have fun with it, chances are other people will too. I did. I enjoyed playing Blood Dragon quite a bit. And would be in favor of a Blood Dragon 2. Missed it. I used to be so good at this game. But then I got like a year older and a year of other games playing. Now the weird thing, and I wish that the Sidewinder mod could be enabled here. It's in the original Audiosurf, where instead of all the ups and downs, the track turns left and right. I would do something weird with that, where I would just basically convince my mind to just process it as though the streets are still straight, the lanes are still straight, and just, okay, so yeah, it did advance. So I don't need to go in and select it again. I think this one may have sound. Sorry, vocals. They all have sound. But I would do that, and it would actually work for me, and like help me to keep me focused and moving forward well. But don't have that option here. I think that would be fun to have. Another advantage to that Sidewinder, it's a lot easier to see further ahead of you. And right now I just need to start looking further ahead anyway. It is generally better to just look ahead and just basically follow what you remember. So instead of just reacting, you have that like half second of planning. This is what it feels like to me. I don't know. You're the one that's watching with the bubble. If there are any like professional gamers that do like cross-training in something like this, or just cross-train at all. I actually am now curious about that. Is there video game cross-training? I mean, it would make some sense, especially something like this, because you're definitely controlling your hand-eye coordination and your mouse movements. guess the question would also be, is it viewed as cross-training? Or just I'm playing a game I like? Alright, next one. No culture, silent partner. By the way, when I was sorting through how I wanted to break up the tracks I have for these videos, I did listen a little bit to them, no more than what I talked about, and did try to have them be more consistent in sound. You know, this, I guess, and last one weren't too consistent, but this is more like some of what we heard earlier with the 1973, at least. I think. Hopefully I'm remembering what that was. I think so. I don't think I'm just making that up. I know I'm bumping into things I don't mean to bump into. I know I mistimed that. There we go. Whew. In case you haven't noticed, the performance has been much better since I stopped the NDI recording. Ah! Ride of the Valkyrie. By Wagner. By Wagner. It is so sad that the ring cycle is such a large work, but this is basically the only thing people know from it. And there is another part from it. I just don't remember what it is that people also will recognize but probably couldn't name. But yeah, I'd like to hear the full ring cycle at some point. But instead, I'm just doing the stereotypical thing. And they actually do... Oh, I don't remember where it is in Germany, but they actually do hold a festival, is it every year? Where they do the entire ring cycle. And it spans like 3 days. The ring cycle itself is a long opera. I think that also might be in 3 parts. I don't know. It's been a while, so I don't quite remember. But still, What's Opera Doc is one of the best cartoons, really best films ever made. It actually, and I think it was also the first cartoon that actually won an Academy Award of some kind. Because, I mean, it really was that fantastic. But that is hardly limited to the ring cycle. That has other Wagner and other... I'm trying to remember, but what else is in there? But it does have a lot of Wagner. But yeah, after there was What's Opera Doc, they did things like The Barber of Seville, da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da, and so on. Is that from Barber of Seville? I have another one that's also from an opera. It's just not going to be in this video. It'll be in the next one, whenever the hell that is. Might be another 2 years. No, wait. It might be. I can look after this. But for a while, they basically realized, we have something good here, and a lot of people enjoyed it so much that they did more of the basic Bugs Bunny bringing you music. Classic music. And then, much more recently with the Animaniacs, one of the things that they had access to that you really don't see anymore is they actually had, for the production of the Animaniacs, a full orchestra at their disposal. And they did take advantage of it. They used it for the various things that they did there. I mean, it helps when you got Spielberg as... He was more involved than the stereotypical executive producer. It's like, there's sometimes that joke, it's like the executive producer never actually involves themselves, they're just one of the people that gave money. But he was, in fact, very involved. And thank you, Mr. Spielberg, if somehow this were ever to get to you. I very much enjoyed the Animaniacs growing up, and Pinky and the Brain. I also watched Freakazoid, which was I'm pretty sure that was a spin-off. Maybe it wasn't, but it was like from the same house, because it's the same style animation. I don't remember now if that was in fact a spin-off from it. But to give you an idea of how much enjoyment there was in this house, my brother has Star Wars committed to memory, various lines from Star Wars committed to memory, various Marx Brothers lines from across all of their movies committed to memory, and Animaniacs committed to memory. I have a feeling that the Marx Brothers might be the more impressive comparison there. Since they're also comedy, Star Wars isn't humorous. And if you don't know the Marx Brothers, find out. Movies like Duck Soup, Go West. I personally like The Big Store a lot. I'm trying to think, what is Night at the Opera? That is considered... Is that considered their funniest, their best? It is a very, very good film. You can skip Love Happy if you want. That, as I recall, was done in part just... was it Chico needed the money? That's just in there. Oh no, from Carmen, not Barbara's. Tidal Wave is next, and then Wandering Gaze for the last one. Was there Carmen in any? There probably was Carmen in one of the classic cartoons. Just don't remember. Or don't remember which one. Oh yeah, this is so much like Ride of the Valkyries. I wanted to have the two operas split up, not in the same one. Same video, I mean. not be able to see further forward on the track. I mistimed the speed for when to change lanes. Now, I kind of wonder something now. Is it the case that the car that you're in is actually moving, or is the track moving around the car and camera? It'd probably be easier if it's the car moving because of how the rotations are, because then you have the camera to the car, and not the camera having to move over the track and the car moving separately. Wait a minute. Didn't I just do this one? Why do I feel like I just did this one? I did just do this one. Alright, I'm doing it again. Which is not going to be fair to the people, to anyone that would watch this with the music only, because they'd be very confused. What, does it really like this one? No, I just forgot that I need to hit OK before it advances. That isn't to say that I'm not enjoying it, by the way. I'm not saying I don't like it. When I said, you know, that no, it's not that I just like this and I'm doing it again. I forgot. You know what would be interesting is if there were something hidden, where it's like if you manage to hit all of the gray blocks, that gives you a perfect score for something. Because even the whole, if you can get every question wrong on a test, it's like the chances of you actually doing that are so remote that there are teachers that will actually, and for like multiple choice testing, that will just give you a full A, 100% on it, because in order to get it all wrong, you had to know everything. That it wouldn't just be by happenstance. But it's also dangerous because if you end up getting one right because you were wrong, so instead of putting down C, an actual wrong answer, you put down B, that is the right answer, then you would only get the 1 point. So it's very much a gamble, but yeah, that is the thing though. Some teachers do that. I think, was that also in Spider-Man Enter the Spider-Verse? So yeah, I hit that, now change to the Wandering Gate. I think that was in there where he failed and it's like, oh, I guess I can't be here anymore. It's like, the only way you could do that is if you knew all the answers. 100% A. Because he wanted to go back to his old school. This one's kind of chill so far. You just heard a crack. That was me cracking my thumb. Sometimes you just need to crack your thumb. At least sometimes I do. Maybe you don't. Does that make you weird or me weird? Probably me. I know my thumbs are kind of weird. they're not like full double jointed. Like some people can just bend their thumbs all the way back. It's like, I can't do that, but I am able to like pop them back in a way that some people, when they see me do this, be like, that's just weird. How do you do that? How do you do that? It's like, just happens. I can also bend my arms backwards some. My elbows can hyperextend without issue. Not necessarily very far, but far enough to really freak out some people. Especially if I like plant my palm down on a surface and then I just turn my arm between my wrist and my shoulder. Yeah, that freaks people out. And I'm not entirely sure why. I think it's partly because of bending the arm backwards, but also it seems like they don't get that you can twist around your wrist like that. Alright, so that finishes off this video. And hey, I have the high score here because no one else has played it. Ever. Anyway. Alright, so then yeah, I'll be stopping this, making sure that the audio came out fine. Just for the fun of it there. Yeah, hopefully the audio did, because I would like to be able to consistently record with FLAC. Because even though it's basically just recording to intermediary to final, and the final being AAC, but it's still better if for those intermediary steps and the initial step if you're working off of something higher quality. Alright, see you next time. Which should be, for the Monday to Thursday schedule, Doom. Still need to get to work on that though, but first I need to have room for it. These games are big. Anyway, see you next time.